Now, while the bird and the duck were arguing, a stealthy, sneaky cat comes around the corner. And he's very mischievous. He loves to get into trouble. And he had the notion of turning the bird into his lunch. Now, in Prokofiev's music, the composer uses the clarinet to illustrate the cat, because the clarinet can play very soft, very elegant, very sneaky music, and you can almost visualize that cat creeping up on the bird. Little does he know that the bird can fly away and is much faster than he is. Let's learn a little bit about the clarinet.
Hello, my name is Richard York, and I'm principal clarinetist with the Springfield Symphony Orchestra. The clarinet is one of the woodwind instruments, and that's a word we're going to feature for you to remember from this. And a woodwind instrument is a long tube, and the player blows through that tube with his air or breath to make the sound, or wind to make the sound. On the clarinet, the sound is generated by a reed, very thin reed, that goes on a mouthpiece. You see that hole in the mouthpiece where the reed will fit, and we'll strap that onto the mouthpiece. So those are a couple words for you, the reed and the mouthpiece. You'll see other instruments that have reeds. And so the reed vibrates against that mouthpiece, and it lets the air in and out, and we get this sound. Now, there's not much of a tube on here to help the sound, so we put this little extension on. Still a pretty high sound because it's a very short tube, and if you have a short tube in a woodwind, you're going to have a fairly high sound. I can make a medium sound by putting this somewhat longer tube on, or I can get an even lower sound by putting a longer tube, about twice as long. So the lower sound comes from that longer tube. Now, I couldn't play in the orchestra very well by switching those tubes to get different notes. So when woodwind instruments were first invented, the thing people did was to drill holes in the tube, and we cover those holes with our fingers. And so we're able to control the vibration of the sound that you hear by covering more or fewer holes. If we let the air out way up top, you get a fairly high sound, and if I cover all the holes, I get a lower sound because I'm making that tube go all the way to the bottom. Now if I move my fingers, I can control it, get the different notes. Well, that's still not a very good clarinet, but it does work. The clarinet that we use in the orchestra has a lot more mechanism on it. It has keys, and that's another word for you, that help us to control the opening and closing of the holes. And I only have 10 fingers, but I have lots more holes on the instrument than 10. But sometimes I can close 2 at a time because they're linked together, and sometimes I can reach one with a key that I couldn't reach with my regular fingers. And so that's why the clarinet can have a nice full range, and we can control all it with the reaching with the keys. Let's show you what the range of a clarinet is. So in the story of Peter and the Wolf, the cat is played by the clarinet. Now the cat is sneaking into the picture. The cat's hungry, and the cat needs to catch some small animal as food. So the cat's thinking perhaps it can catch the bird. And you see the cat coming in very stealthily, step at a time. Ya-da-da, ya-da-da, ya-da-da-da-da, dee-da-da-dee-da-dee. Very sneaky. And then sometimes if you have a cat, you may notice if you find the cat doing something that it wasn't supposed to do, the cat will look around and say, who, me? Well, no, there's nothing to see here. I'm not doing anything. And that's kind of what you hear at the end of the little phrase, da-dee-da-da-dee-da-da-dee-da-dee-da-da. Hello? What? So there's the cat.
Another creature silently appeared. Peter's cat. He spotted the bird. The bird is busy arguing with a duck, thought the cat. So I'll just get a little closer and maybe I can grab her.
Hey, there you are. Look out!
The cat lunged for the bird. But the bird took to the air with lightning speed. Oh, there's always the duck, thought the cat. But that didn't work either.